Today in pre-cal, we learned how to use the unit circle to find some trig function information. So the title for these notes is Trig Function Using the Unit Circle. Section A, we wanted to find the x and y values for any t, so any angle. Example number 1, if t equals pi over 6. Alright, let's find pi over 6 on your unit circle. Here's my pi over 6, should be yours as well. And so the x and y are root 3 over 2, comma 1/2. And that's it, actually, guys, is just to find that x and y value and write it down. Example number 2. What if t equaled negative 3 pi over 4? Okay, negative 3 pi over 4. Remember, if I'm doing negative and I look at my unit circle, I'm going to go back by fourths, so back 1, 2, 3. It's the same as saying 5 pi over 4. And if you look at 5 pi over 4, it's x and y are negative root 2 over 2 and negative root 2 over 2. And so that is it for that. Section B, that's just reading it right off the unit circle, is to evaluate the sine, cosine, and tangent of each. So this is an important fact. Be sure to add this to your unit circle. The cosine is always the x value, the sine is always the y value, and the tangent is y over x. So if I say what happens, example 3, at t equals pi over 4. Okay, well, at pi over 4, right here, my sine, okay, my sine is my y, my cosine is my x, my tangent is the ratio. So sine at pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. My cosine at that same value is root 2 over 2. And if I do my y over my x, which is root 2 over 2 over root 2 over 2, something over itself is just 1. And so that's my tangent. Let's look at another one. If I have t is equal to negative 7 pi over 4. Okay, if I'm going negative on my unit circle, I'm going to go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's actually pi over 4. So my answers I just got are exactly the same here. Root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2, and 1. And that's what these things are equal to, guys. That's pretty important, actually. Okay, let's do one more of that type. Hopefully we'll get a different angle. If t is equal to negative pi over 6. Let's find that on the unit circle by going back a 6. That's the same as 11 pi over 6. My sine at that point is negative 1/2. My cosine at that point is root 3 over 2. And my tangent then would be negative 1/2 over root 3 over 2. Now, if that's the case, I've got to do some reducing there. I'm going to show you this once, and then I'll show you kind of a trick to getting an easier answer here. If I have a fraction over a fraction, I take the first fraction and leave it, take the second fraction, flip, and multiply. If I do that, my 2's cancel each other, and I have negative 1 over root 3. Now, before I rationalize the denominator, I want to show you all of your bottoms on the unit circle have 2. So if you'll just get rid of the 2's to begin with, you'll get that same answer. And you can do that from now on. It's just negative 1 over root 3. Now we need to rationalize that denominator. So I've got negative root 3 over 3. And that's my final answer there for tangent. Okay, part C is to find all 6 trig values at the given t. So what do I do if I need every single one? Sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. For t equals 3 pi over 4. So I'm going to start by writing it all out. Sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, and cotangent. It's important that you line them up like this so that it'll be easy for you to flip. If I go to that place on my unit circle, 3 pi over 4 is in the second quadrant. The sine is root 2 over 2. The cosine is negative root 2 over 2, which means the tangent is negative 1. if I flip those values, so now I've got 2 over root 2. I can't leave that root 2, so I'm going to multiply by root 2 over root 2, which gives me 2 root 2 over 2, or just root of 2. So this one should tell you when I flip it I get negative root of 2, and negative 1 over 1 flipped is still negative 1. Now I've gotten all 6 values. Your assignment is A1, and this is page 299, numbers 5 to 12 all, and 14 to 28 even. Good luck, and let me know if you have questions.